Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And today we are here with another installment of our Saints of the Month.
Woo!
Yep. As it's December, we're doing saints that have, kind of a certain holiday feel to them.
Now, we still celebrate saints' feasts in Advent, right?
Yes.
It's another one of the distinctions between Advent and Lent. It is a penitential season, but it's not as penitential a season.
Correct.
Okay, Carry on.
Yes. And some of the ones that I said holiday and not Christmas.
Yeah.
Because, if their feast day is a holiday, well, they're a shoo-in.
So, Mike, why don't you take December 1st?
December 1st, we've got Saint Eligius, born about 590, died about 660, also known as Eloi, was the master of the mint under King Clotaire II of Paris, so he could make gelt for Hanukkah. Was later a priest and bishop and the patron of metalworkers.
Yes. I saw that the first one was someone who makes coins. I'm like, chocolate coins.
Yeah, and
And depending on when Hanukkah is, you got them on clearance, so then you put them in your stocking. So.
Should be noted, we are the only people that have Hanukkah in our Bibles.
And the Orthodox. They have like 1 to 2 more Hanukkahs.
They have everything.
I mean, it's like, I didn't want you to do the whole of the first, because I figured if you take the first one of the first, I could go and tackle this second one.
Please.
That's on the first.
Because-
And we have to once again issue
The
our
Welsh
favorite.
name warning.
the Welsh alert. Because this is going to be Welsh, and I'm probably going to get it wrong.
But he's more prepared than usual.
But I'm going to try.
There's
So-
no vowels in this name.
So also on December 1st,
Also on December 1st, we have St. Grwst, who died in the 7th century, was also known as St. Grwst,
the Confessor.
the Confessor, and also known as Grwst, Grwst, and Gorst, as Gwaith Henger. A Welsh saint in case you need to get into a rap battle with a horse's skull,
yes.
a.k.a. Mary Lude.
Yes. The Welsh Christmas tradition of having a decorated horse skull go around, and you essentially do a rap battle because you both sing to each other, and the loser has to provide drinks. So
That is something I can
I need to go to Wales during the Christmas season then, because I want in.
all right. Also on the first, we have Saint Natalia of Nicomedia, which her name means Christmas.
Yeah.
And they were martyred in, obviously,
Nicomedia.
which is currently in Turkey, which is also a holiday meal, and where the real Santa Claus is from.
And they were killed under Diocletian.
Yes. The language history of the bird turkey is just weird. Everyone's calling it different things.
Yeah. Big chicken.
Persian chicken.
Next, on December 2nd, we've got Blessed Maria Angela Astorch, born 1592, died 1665, from Barcelona in España,
Yes.
Excuse me.
where Sinterklaas... Barcelona. Where Sinterklaas is from and sends naughty kids.
Not necessarily Barcelona, but Santa Claus in Holland is from Spain. And also, naughty
Totally.
kids get sent to Spain.
Totally makes
Just
sense.
like how our Santa Claus comes from the North Pole,
Theirs comes from Spain.
theirs comes from Spain.
Totally
On a
makes
boat.
sense. Was a Capuchin Poor Clare, founded a monastery, and was an abbess. So she was cool.
Yep.
And then we skip ahead a couple days to the 4th of December, when we have Saint Barbara. Yep, this is that Saint Barbara.
The explodey one.
From the 3rd century, the patron saint of things that go boom.
Miners,
fireworks.
artillery, fireworks, cannons.
Fireworks for New Year's Eve. According to pious stories, she secretly became a Christian when her father found out he killed her
Or
/
had her
her killed,
There's multiple stories.
and
But
he
the
was
important
then
thing-
struck by lightning.
Which is why the association with...
Which is why you don't go kill your children just because they became a Christian.
And just for anyone considering it, Barbara. Great name for a kid.
Fantastic. I highly recommend it.
Also on the 4th, although less explosively, St. Francis Galvez died 1623 from New Castile in España.
So another Spain one, like Santa Claus.
Like Santa Claus. He was a Franciscan who was sent to the Philippines, then went to Japan, then moved to Macau in China for a time, before returning to Japan, where, alas, he was burned alive.
Yeah, and his story is one of those ones where it's like, you have to remember it's 1623, because apparently he went to China to essentially go and try blending in by getting makeup to make him look more Asian.
Awesome. What a great plan.
That worked horribly.
Well, they probably burned him alive just because they were offended.
You know.
Not even for hatred of the faith, just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just trying to remember who went last. So then we have, still on the 4th, Saint Meletius, who died around 295, was the bishop of Pontus in modern Turkey.
Again, where the real Santa Claus is from.
Where the real Saint Nicholas is from.
Not Spain, apparently.
His name is
That's the Dutch one that we got the Coca-Cola Santa from.
And it's not that it's not the real Santa. It's not the real Saint Nicholas who's from Spain. Mm-hmm. It's Sinterklaas.
Yes. Let's not get distracted.
But anyway,
his name is thought to be based off of Mel Atticum or Atticani after his great preaching.
All right. Next we have Saint Osmund of Salisbury.
Not a steak.
Yep. He died in 1099. He's the patron saint of insanity, mental illness, the mentally ill, as well as someone who made the Doomsday Book. So
nice.
If you're feeling a little, crazy and like everything's due because like you have, I don't know how many shopping days till Christmas.
The holidays are very stressful. 20. The holidays are very stressful.
Very good patron saint for that.
Saint Osmond.
I want to see this Doomsday Book.
It's the book in England. It's actually a tax record. Its just name seems much more metal than it actually is.
You are William the Conqueror. You have just upgraded your epithet by conquering England, because before that you were William the Bastard.
It's a major step up.
But you want to know, what do I actually own and what is it worth? So what do? You commission a giant tax survey known as the Doomsday Book. Because when the tax man comes, Doomsday.
There's like in England still places
really
where they're like, we're in the Doomsday Book over here.
I was really picturing something more
it
akin to
cooler.
like the Anarchist Cookbook. This is the Doomsday Book.
Nope, it's tax records.
No. See, the Anarchist Cookbook never accomplished anything. The Normans conquered all of England.
Look,
so they're actually much more effective.
Look, I learned a lot of things from the Anarchist Cookbook. Okay. None of which I'm prepared to talk about here. Thank you.
On December 5th, we have Saint Anastasius. Just because. He was a martyr who turned himself in.
We didn't have any, of the anti-based saints so far. So
We don't have a number for this one, but just...
We also have Saint John Almond. That's almond, not walnut.
Because almonds are better.
Because almonds are better.
Pecans might be better still. That's an argument. But walnuts are like the lowest rung above peanut, which is not a nut.
That's right. Born 1577 and died 1612 because of stockings filled with mixed nuts, including almonds.
That's why he's on the list.
Okay. So he's on the list because
he's named after a nut, which you put in your stockings.
He was one of the 40 martyrs of England and Wales and was from Allerton, England.
Yeah,
next we have St. John the Wonder Worker.
Gee, I wonder what he did.
Well,
worked wonders?
He died in 750. He fought the Iconoclast and was not persecuted by Emperor Leo V because he had so many miracles. He's like, I'm not messing with that guy.
Listen, Leo V is a major jerk, but even he was like, whoa, listen, this is the miracle man. I'm not going anywhere near this. We'll kill these other guys.
Look, the last 3 guys we killed, he brought them back to life.
You know what we're doing? We're not messing with this. Next, December 6th, the big one for the holiday themes, St. Nicholas of Myra, or, for those of you who are more Italo-centric, St. Nicholas of Bari, was the basis for all the Santa Clauses. The patron of children, coopers, sailors, fishermen, merchants, toy makers, bakers, brewers, archers, pawnbrokers, repentant thieves, sex workers, both the Greek and Russian navies, Albania, Russia, Greece, Liverpool, Moscow, Amsterdam, and many, many more. He might have punched not an Arian, but Arius himself, at the Council of Nicaea, and according to some icons, is a Klingon.
Yep, yep, those old
True.
ones. He looks like a Klingon.
Absolutely true. You look at icons; they've got the
Very,
forehead
very,
ridges.
very wrinkled and ridged forehead.
Klingon. Yes. So Saint Nicholas is a beloved saint, which is why he has so very, 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 very many patronages.
Plus, he was an early saint, and he did a lot of stuff.
He's awesome.
Like, half of those relate to his story.
Well, and especially the early saints who aren't martyrs. Mm-hmm. Because to be a saint then, without being a martyr, you really made an impression.
You really had to leave a mark on the world because you needed to get like a lot of people behind you.
Again, a saint from November, Martin, was so popular that we get the word chapel from his story. Mm-hmm. So if you're an early saint who's not a martyr, you were huge.
Yes, and if you want to know more about St. Nicholas or Santa Claus, we have numerous episodes.
Including some with all the Klingon icons.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We should talk with Chad and see if we can do another
Nate,
one.
you want to do the next one?
Yep.
Who is also on the 6th, but not Santa Claus.
Also on the 6th,
Which means he always gets overshadowed. But
we have blessed. We have blessed Adolph Kolping. Kolping.
You're right.
Born 1813, died 1865. Worked as a shoemaker's assistant in Cologne, and started at the age of 18.
Yes, which everyone knows that if they're not making
shoes is a job that elves do. He became a priest and was then the president of the Catholic Association of Journeymen.
And there are still Kolping societies today, helping to apprentice young men and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Now, on December 8th, we have one of those holidays that's a holiday because it's a holiday.
It's a holy day.
And it's the one that we're not going to find anything else on this day because this thing overrides everything around it.
Well,
not
it's
everything.
Sunday this year, so technically it gets overridden this year.
Oh.
Because Sunday's the only thing that overrides it.
It's a Sunday in Advent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
So it'll be transferred to the 9th.
But it overrides most everything around it.
In most years, the Immaculate Conception.
At least here in the United States.
Yep.
Well, she's the patroness of the U.S., but it's the Immaculate Conception everywhere.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It just might not be a holy day of obligation everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. For a additional fact, because I'm sure lots of people have facts, but it was first somewhat celebrated in the Eastern Church as the feast of the conception of the most holy and all-pure Mother of God on the 9th, and we have records of that from as early as 5th century Syria.
Ooh, nice.
Also, every country in the New World, their patron saint is some title of Mary, because, people showed up, they already had, 1,500 years of history, and they're like, well, we have no native saints, so let's just name them all Marian ones.
Oh, Mom! It's great. It's great. So, in the United States, our patroness is specifically Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception. Then, December 9th, San Juan Diego. We are not even going to attempt to pronounce his native name.
No.
Born 1474, died 1548. He's the one to whom was revealed Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Which, surprise, surprise, is a patron saint of Mexico. Which we'll get to later in the month.
Which we'll get to in 3 days.
So, on the 11th, we have Blessed Martin of St. Nicholas.
Ooh.
Born 1598, died 1632. That is not a particularly long life. But then again, it was also a time before we had such modern conveniences as closed sewers, antibiotics.
A knowledge of germ theory.
Yeah, germ theory, lots of things. So,
Right.
he is from Zaragoza, Spain. Was a member of the Recollect congregation of the Augustinian order, and was a missionary out of the monastery of St. Nicholas in Manila, and was killed in Nagasaki. And I'm guessing the monastery of St. Nicholas is what put him on this list?
Yes, his name is of St. Nicholas.
Blessed Martin of St. Nicholas.
On the 12th, we have, surprise, surprise,
Our Lady of Guadalupe.
which we have also done whole episodes on. So
She's great.
Yep.
Great. Am I not your mother? And we also have, on the same day, although generally overshadowed by Our Lady of Guadalupe, Saint Agatha. Died in 790. Helped Saint Boniface in the cutting down of the tree.
Well, she didn't help cut down the tree, but this is the bony face who was the one who cut down the tree. Because there's a lot of bony faces that we established. So
she helped Saint Boniface, who is known for chopping down Thor's oak.
Yes, in his various missionary work. So.
Nice.
And then on the 13th,
Agatha.
we have St. Lucy.
Who we've also had an episode
We've
of.
also had an episode on.
If you like setting people's heads on fire, St. Lucy is the saint for you.
Look,
Don't set your head on fire.
Look.
If you do it right, you don't set your head on fire.
Also,
St. Lucy, St. Barbara. I get a real fire theme out of this month.
December is
I
awesome.
am really into
Digging it.
Although,
Digging it.
I am sad. I watched someone who went over all the historical information of all the OG American girls.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, the celebrating of St. Lucy's Day did not become popular among Lutherans, which is one of those odd things. It's a Lutheran holiday more than Catholic, until like a couple years after the story with Kirsten happened. So it was historically incorrect on the history teaching series.
Dang it.
So I spent my whole life being like, it would be super cool to walk around with a plate of cookies and a bunch of candles on my head.
But
even though that happened years later.
Yeah, I know that the celebration of St. Lucy's Day is really big in Scandinavia. I'm presuming because on December 13th, the dark is really, really deep in all the Scandinavian
And
countries.
Lucy means light.
Yeah.
I need to see how we put together the headgear. Because I wanted to... You have really good posture. But I'd want to make sure it was really well put together so you don't have candles that fall out of it.
Well, again, remember, we
done it.
We did the episode
I
with
didn't walk around with the cookie tray.
I'm just saying, I will let
There
you...
was fire right here.
The biggest problem was that the candles eventually fell down and getting candle wax out of your clothes.
Yes.
Especially when the proper outfit is a white outfit.
Once again,
and the candles are red.
Once again, I'm just saying, I would let you walk around with the candles on your head.
Because she has good posture.
Because you have good posture, as long as I can make sure that the headdress was put together right, so that it could handle the job.
Well, what you need is,
and then you could carry around a plate of cookies that you're not going to go and eat because you don't eat cookies.
I mean, I think technically it's the youngest daughter in the house that does it because, of course, you should have the most, young person be in charge of the fire.
What we do is we just grab
I'm for that.
a few of the candle holders from the Easter Vigil, especially the good ones that are like a cup. Mm-hmm. Catches all the wax.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're still rambling around at the same
time.
I was thinking if we had like a nice little like metal candle holders where they had like the actual dish underneath.
Sure.
And had a nice tight fit so you could like really wedge the candle into it, and that way it would hold it.
All right. So anyway, if you want to know more about St. Lucy, St. Juan Diego, Our Lady of Guadalupe, and I think we've done one that at least touched on the Immaculate Conception, go through our past videos to learn more about them.
We have so many episodes.
Yep. And later on, we'll be doing the second half of the month of Saints.
Which, sadly, involved fewer explosions. Alas.
We front-loaded all the fire.
I'm really
we didn't. The church did.
I'm really disappointed about this.
The day the people died did.
So, subscribe to our channel, ring the church bell to be notified when we get part 2 and other episodes. Comment below with another great saint from the first part of December that you would like us to talk more about. And or a saint from any time of the year associated with Kablooey.
Mm-hmm. And until next time, remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.